All right, I see myself on YouTube here, so let me get over to where I want to get over to, everybody. So I can start this one.
Hey, Randy, I'm here. If you can hear me.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. I've got some more people coming. I am making sure that I can do, yeah, so I can do everything here that I want to do here. And I'm listening to myself. Yeah, I see you over there. It's playing audio again. So all right, so we'll wait for a couple more people to get in, and then I'll be able to. I had to make sure that I shut off YouTube because it'll play right at the same time, and it gets a little staticky and all that kind of stuff. So we'll get going with some more people coming in. I know we got people on YouTube. So hey, YouTubers, I won't be able to respond to you because again, I had to. Um, Unfortunately, I had to um, let my helper go. And that's because she ended up, getting super busy with other stuff. So put me in a position where I needed people I needed her for the lives and stuff like that to kind of handle some of the technology. But that's okay, no big deal. Let me turn my little heater off. We do live in Michigan, so if you're out of the country and watching this, well, it's cold here, y'all. So anyway, I'll get started, and whoever wants to jump in can jump in. If you're on YouTube, then I might not be able to hear your questions. So, everybody that's coming in on Zoom, I should be able to see your questions light up. So, let me see. Maybe I can do something that allows me to hear those questions and see them again. Maybe somebody can text me some questions or something if you're on YouTube too. I know there's a couple people that are on YouTube, so maybe you can do a couple things for me. Otherwise, what I may have to do is just literally show you some of the examples. I wanted to use specific examples, specific people's examples in this particular training because I think it's so much more useful when I'm able to like say, okay, what's yours? In fact, you know what? I've got another computer. So let me go ahead and I'll open up this other computer and I just will be looking this way, y'all. So I'll open that up and then maybe I can then see some of the questions that way. That'll work. All right. And I'll turn it down for everybody. And then, like I say, we'll jump into the training. Oftentimes, when I'm doing these trainings, it depends on how many people have pre-registered or whatever it is. I'm going to go over to my other channel here. But depending on how many people have registered, then I go in, as deep as I need to for the particular class. So I'm going to be able to go over here to YouTube and find out. I'm just going to be using my other computer here, my other screen, and find out who might be on right now. Okay, so double check here. Go over here. Okay, great, great, great. I'll go right into studio real quick. Hold on a second, everybody. We'll get going here in a minute. You're gonna like this one because there's a lot of new stuff that's come out over the last couple of weeks, particularly when it comes to ChatGPT, OpenAI. It's a big old fight, y'all, and this fight is real. The AI, we're in the age of AI for real. I'm going to be able to show some specific examples, but then at the same time, just understand that you're going to see new stuff every single week. trust me, there are going to be people coming out with GPTs because the AI's OpenAI's GPT store is opened up. And when that thing opened up, that means all kind of people could go in and create their own GPTs. But again, remember that it's writing on the back of or the API, and I don't want to get too technical, of OpenAI, right? So they're saying, hey, yeah, you can create this. It's going to be like the Apple Store or Google Play Store. And it's saying, yeah, you can create it all right, but good luck trying to own it. All right. So let me see if I can go in here to the live real quick and see if I can see comments on my other computer. It just may make me look this way and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So let's see what I got here. Okay. Great, great, great. Okay. I see it right there. Let me open it up. Okay. I got some of the people in there now. Okay. Great. Um, did I, are you in still, Ahmad? Make sure you're still in. Yeah, I'm just using. I told people that they can go ahead and text me too. Um, they can go ahead and text me if they. So I'm checking the text and seeing if. So I want everybody to be able to get into this information real quick. Oops, let me double check something here. Typically, I'll let people get a chance to get on in too, and ask me some questions and all that good stuff. So, but otherwise, I'll just go ahead and fire up the PowerPoint, which is you've been in some of the other ones before, then I don't use PowerPoint in the traditional sense. All right, I use kind of a different tactic, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. All right, let me grab it real quick. Go into it. Yeah, this is the fun part, y'all. When I'm able to go into this particular one right here, I'll show you here in a second, and we'll get started. So I just wanted to make sure a couple of people were in and can hear me okay. And again, it could be on YouTube too. So, and I apologize for that, y'all. I wasn't able to get somebody hired in time so that they can handle this stuff, but okay, whatever. That's how it is, right? We're business people, so this is what happens in business. So now, if you're in the right spot, right, this particular training, we're going to be dealing with making sure that I can see this. Yep, this is good. So this is the one we're going to be doing using AI in marketing. So if I get a lot of hands up, that's one thing. But if you're not, if you're on YouTube, I may have a trouble seeing it because I've got to do like four things now. Let me double check here. Yep, I can see that's live. I can see comments. All right, I should be able to see the comments here. So hold on. Okay, good, good. I can now see the comments. I just may have to look to the left here, and if, like I say, somebody can text me and let me know, that would be awesome. But let's jump into it. All right. So one of the biggest things that's been happening in AI is one, there's just been a huge amount of stuff coming, and it's gotten people really confused. That's one of the things that I've been noticing. People are extremely confused. So, okay, so I got somebody talking to me right now, and it is gotten people scared because they're already seeing how AI is being used in essence to eliminate some of the stuff that they do. I can tell you personally, I've been able to save a significant amount of time and in certain cases kind of reduce out a lot of work that I was sending out to other people by using it. All right, so let me double check this. So this is what we're going to be covering today. I wanted to, if I had all of my stuff here, let me double check, see who's in, who's talking right now. Okay. I wanted to meet the room. typically if I'm doing live, if I'm doing a live or if I'm doing it in person, then I'll go ahead and meet the room. But because of technology and not having my extra person here to help me out, we're just going to go through this. And I want you to be able to see some of these things as I'm running the examples. And then if we have time, I'll go ahead and show you some of these very specific things that I use personally in my business to incorporate AI and all that kind of stuff. But it's got a lot of people scared, y'all. And I can tell you that I'm going to say this probably with good reason, depending on what end of it you're on. Now, I say that from this perspective. If you're on the end where you say, you know, don't want to know anything about AI, I don't want anything to do with it. It scares me. It's like, old school days when the internet came and I decided I'm not going to get internet. When cable came, you decided never to, get cable and all that kind of stuff. If you're on that side of it, it's going to scare you a lot because it's going to go really, really fast and it's going to incorporate things quickly. That becomes one of the things to be concerned about, if you will. Now, if you're like me and a couple other people that I know, and a lot of people that are just saying, you know what, I'm going to find the best way to absolutely embrace this. I'm going to do everything I can to teach it like I'm doing. So I roll around in it every single day and go, oh my gosh. And I mean, you hear so many different things and you get confused sometimes. So I want you to say, okay, I'm a little confused by this. It's kind of, scary and all that kind of stuff, which it can be. But at the same time, I'm hoping that I can, even with what you do, incorporate it so that you can go out there and make some money, so that you can go out there and, be a part of what's happening, right? I want you to be able to get ahead of this. So this is why I do these lessons, is so that you can absolutely get in front of this, man. Because if you don't, I don't want to see you left behind. Personally, I don't want to see you left behind at all. Let me double check something here. Make sure that I got everybody that wants to get in is getting in. So, okay. So, okay, this is what we're going to do. Meet the room, old school marketing tactics. I'm going to use a case study. In fact, I just had a coaching call this morning, and this is going to be my case study for today. They had they have a hauling business, and one of the biggest questions that I typically ask is, in your business, are you busy enough? And if the answer is, well, no, I'm not busy enough, it's obviously going to be based on, what they want to earn and all that kind of stuff, right? But are you busy enough? Are you seeing the kind of business that you want, right? You want the inflows. And then everybody always says, oh, it's marketing, it's marketing, it's marketing. Well, it's not always marketing. Sometimes it's positioning. Sometimes it's about being properly positioned so that you can take advantage of what's coming down the pike. Okay, so in this particular case study, here's the simple things that we were able to use. And I said, every time you put out a post, right, now keep in mind, in this hauling business, they happen to use Facebook as their website. Now, that's fine. And one of the big things that I talk about, even though I do landing pages and all that kind of stuff, I talk about that whatever is the distribution channel, whatever channel that most of your work is coming from, we just double and triple and 10x down on that. So if it happens to be Facebook, that tells us a story. Who's hiring her? It tells us a story as to what channel they happen to be on. And then we ask ourselves a question. In this particular case, the question was, who is your customer? Well, we kind of know. They're hiring me and they happen to be of a certain age. Well, that certain age happens to be, guess what? On YouTube. Or I'm sorry, on Facebook. So the big question becomes, let's double down on it, but we've got to be strategic in our tactics. And I'm going to show you some things that we were able to cover in doing that, right? So one of the things that we talked about was literally using Canva and Bitly links. Now, here's the reason why. And I said we're going to use Canva, Bitly links. Now, this is old school now. This is marketing, and I'll get into the AI here in a second. But when we talk about the business itself and the channels and the means by which people get in touch, with your business, then that becomes that opportunity for you. Okay. So in this case, we're going to use some simple stuff. We're going to just say, okay, we know that when you put up a Facebook, your Facebook page just gives you this big old long, long link that when you see those long links, you're looking around like, hey man, that stuff scares me. I'm not using that. Right. Or I'm not clicking on that. There might be some people trying to scam me or whatever. Right. So anyway, what we're going to do is then use Canva. Then we're going to use a bit.ly link because we're going to take that big old long thing. We're going to use bit.ly to shorten it up. That's one of the key things. Let me double check, make sure see if I got some people over here talking to me. All right. So, and now y'all getting that? Okay, we got somebody coming in. Hold on. All right, I'm just letting some more people in, everybody. Okay. All right, great. They can see my screen now. Great, great, great. So again, this is where you are. And if this is where you are, you're in the right spot. So again, this is what we're going to be covering today in today's training. And I'm going to do everything I can to keep it, concise and as impactful, because I want you to be able to hear what I'm talking about today, take your notes, follow along with me if you can, if you have, your laptop or something like that. Follow along and then be able to look at this and ask the question of, is this easy enough for me to like, boom, within a day, within that same day, be able to spin something up, create for myself. Okay, just making sure I got it. Okay, so that becomes the key. So I don't want to put too much on you that you can't follow it. So today's particular case study was talking about a hauling business, right? Good business. You can make some really good money with the hauling business, but it's a business that relies on people calling you and talking to you, right? So we're going to go old school, then we're going to put in some of the new school tactics, and then we're going to get into specific examples in AI. We're going to be doing that in a minute. All right, so hauling business, Canva. So let me show you one of the things that you can do really simply in Canva and creating a bit.ly link. And then we're going to use that link to track how many people. Now, remember, we only got three things. We got Facebook page, her Facebook page. We've got Canva, and then we've got bit.ly links. And bit.ly links are going to shorten stuff up, right? So let me go ahead and pop this open real quick. I'm going to show you when I talk about bit.ly links, make sure everybody can see this, right? So we talk about the power of being able to take this big old long link, shorten it down, and then create some stuff for it. It gives you the opportunity, everyone, get this. It gives you the opportunity to track some of the stuff that you're doing, right? So when you got the ability to track what you're doing, you at least get a chance to understand how your stuff is working. So when if we're using Facebook pages, let's say, for example, and you got that big old long gnarly link, then we go over to something like bit.ly, shorten it up, and I'm going to show you something in here. And I saw somebody come in, your name is in here because I think we were doing something with the book and I want to see how many people, so don't be surprised. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna go over to my links, for example, right? So anytime I do something, it becomes an opportunity, right? So you were in here, Jamel, because I was doing something with a book and I had says how many engagements, right? So I had a loom. I was literally utilizing something like this to see how many people opened it up. And actually, I was just sending it to you. So yeah, you opened it up twice, right? But this is the key, everyone, is that we're going to use some of these little old school tactics now, right? Facebook page, if you're using that as your landing page or using that as your website, that's fine. Because you don't always, in every case, need a website. That's one of the key things, right? So then you have a chance to literally take that big old long gnarly link, create a link that allows you to track engagement. This is one of the key areas here, everyone, is that I want to be able to track engagement. So for our case study, now remember our case study, right? Our case study is actually, we're going to be talking about that hauling business for people that just came in, right? We're going to be using just three things: Canva, bit.ly link, and Facebook page, all right? So we go over here and I'm showing some examples now of how we're able to track our engagement. So anytime that I put something out, let's say for this one, I was using Komodo Dex, right? Which is like See, I got some more people here. Okay, I got to chat. Hold on a second, everybody. I got to figure out and make sure I can track all the. You couldn't get in on YouTube. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I've been having for some reason, and I don't know what the deal is. I've done everything I can. I got to call into them and all that, but if you can't get in through YouTube, it just says waiting. Yeah. So one thing that I found that if it says waiting, if you click on it, people have been telling me this. Oh, I clicked on it and I got in. Right. I'm looking at my own live and I'm literally seeing it live. Right. It is literally saying live. And if I clicked on it, I probably will pop up. Let me see if I can click on it and see what happens. So I'll get that figured out. I'll get that figured out, y'all. Don't worry about it. Just come into this one and you can mute yourself or whatever it is. And then we'll figure that out pretty soon because it's kind of getting on my nerves too, right? All right, but let me go ahead and finish. So here it is. So we got a link, long link, and this is the case study we're talking about. And then I'll get into some of the, how we're going to be using Bard and Bing and all these different things, right? But this is one of the key things, even in our business, just some old school tactics. Facebook page, Canva, Bitly link. Bitly link is going to give you a chance to just find out how many people are engaging with your new thing. So in the case study, in the coaching call that I did earlier today, it was like, okay, put out a new, just a little, basically a flyer, put it out to your page, grab the link, and I'm show you how we're going to do that in a second on Canva, and then end up sending that out, right? And then this is what it'll do for you. This is all free. Bitly is free. If you want some extra stuff, then they'll try to hit you up for an upgrade. But I've been rocking this for 10 years and I've never paid them, right? And it gives you a chance to just put in here a long link that then gives you a chance to see what people are doing, right? So in this one's like 96 engagements with this particular thing. All right, so I see some people in here trying to get in. Okay, cool. All right, all right. So you see here, then we're gonna in this particular case study, we're able to just use the big old long link, bringing it down. And then the next thing we ended up doing, let me go over to Canva. I'm going to show you this real quick. And again, a lot of people are already familiar with utilizing the QR codes. And I mean, but we should be doing this to engage in specific way to find out how many people are coming into our thing, right? So in this particular case, what I suggested was just go ahead and put in a custom size, right? 1080 by 1080, that's usually Instagram and it shows up on Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So we put that in, right? We'll go over then and get an opportunity to put our stuff in. What I suggested to her in this particular case study was put in some of you already doing your yard work, right? So it shows you got your rake or whatever it is. Shows you and your people already in motion. So when people see it, then they go, oh, I need that kind of work done. And then you have a chance to QR code it by putting in your picture. Let's say you grab one of your pictures here, and I don't want to use one of these pictures. They don't look good, right? So whatever it is you're doing, in this particular case, let's just go ahead and, I don't know, let's just put something like this, right? The only time is now, whatever. So you'll put a picture in, and then what you have a chance to do, everyone, is then go to apps. And again, if you know me, I like to show you than just tell you. So if we can be interactive and I can show you how to do these things, that become even better. Any questions that you might have, go ahead and put them in. I'm going to be searching and looking for it up here in the chat. That'll slow me down a little bit. So we go ahead and go over to apps, and then we scroll down in apps, and then we find QR code, right? And this is the beautiful thing. You just drop it in. Now, some people that are in here already know this. Okay, no harm, no foul. But people that are saying, I had no idea that I can put in this long, big old Facebook page, whatever, and then get a QR code that I can then put out there that gets me, and then we're going to use that code, go over to Bitly to track it. All right. So we put in, I'm going to just put in one of mine. Let me see. I'm going to put in www get my guides, get my guides.com, right? And if you went over to getmyguides.com, it's an actual page that you can put your information in, and then I will send you some of the stuff that I talk about, some of the guides, some of all these different things that I do. So in this particular case, let's say getmyguides.com, I'm going to create a code for that. And you see what happens. And now when she saw this, she was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could do that. She was aware, but hadn't practiced it, hadn't seen it live like I'm doing now, and seeing it actually work for her. So I says, now what you can do is you've got your QR code. You can put that on your flyers that you put into your YouTube channel, is because that's where the people happen to be finding her. Everybody with that? All right, I'm gonna pause a little bit for questions, because I say, are you with that? And I'll keep going. So something like this, everyone, then becomes a great opportunity, right? Something simple. This is what I talked about. I talked about this here. Old school. This is what we're talking about. Old school first, then we'll go into new school using AI and all that. But traditionally, I got somebody in the chat, but we can get a lot from doing some old school stuff, right? And you know, QR codes is kind of old school. You're even seeing it on shows now. If you ever go to Freevee, and that Amazon owns, yeah, you go to Freevee, and then they have all the stuff on there as commercials for Amazon with a QR code. All right, let me see what's happening in the chat here. Yep, this is new to me. I didn't know that this was easy. QR codes in Canva. Yeah, yep. Ahmad says, yep, yep. Okay, all right, great. So you're seeing what's happening. Now we're talking about old school, and then, like I say, we'll get into the fancy stuff. But these are the tactics as people are going to be running toward all the new stuff, AI, everything. They're going to be forgetting about this, and this is where we can go and put cash in our pockets, because we're going to just crush it, right? And then we get a chance. Okay, so you got your QR code. Like I told her in this case study, I says, listen, grab this. I says, if you everything that you have that's, let's say you do a new thing for the upcoming season, and you want to know how many people are gravitating toward that. That's where we will go to our bit.ly links, right? And we put in the link, and then we'll track it, right? Like I'll do a lot of different things for this one. Work the system book, a keyword tool. I see I got 7 people, 9 people. Decision matrix cheat sheet. These are mine. 57 people engage with that. So it's a really simple and free way to track how many people are engaging with your stuff, right? And then if you start keep on going, 77 marketing funnels made easy. And this is the one that I know Jermel is in here. It's like Jermel book, right? I literally had sent a loom out, and you said, look at that big old long loom. They give you this big old long link. Man, nobody want to be clicking on that stuff. You'd be like, that could be somebody trying to, spam you or something. So I put it in a simple bit.ly link like this, shortened it up. And I think I sent it to you, Jermel, just so I knew that you opened it. And you did, right? 2 engagements. So this wasn't meant for a larger audience. This was just meant for me to shorten up this big old long link so it don't look scary, to get an idea of what people are engaging in. So you can do that with a variety of things. If you're sending out, now this is free now. Remember, there's other tools that you can use that allow you to track stuff. All right. But this one's free. So why not keep cash in our pockets, right? So I may even do it for a newsletter, right? If I'm doing a newsletter, I may say, okay, I want to send it out to a particular group, and then I want to see how many people from that group engage with it. So I can tell when I look at the newsletter's engagement, then I can go, okay, I send it out only over to here, and I want to see if people are in there like clicking on it and are active, and how much they're contributing to the overall clicked on links and stuff like that. Those are things that become opportunities for you, right? And not super technical, right? Again, people are going to be fascinated with AI, and you're going to see why in a second. But these are little tactics that help our businesses. All right. So in this case study, let's jump off that case study now. That's what we had talked about, right? Using Canva links, bit.ly, and our Facebook page, right? Now, in some of the new school stuff, it's all AI, right? And I want to show y'all some of the stuff that I use currently that jumps into how you can dig very, very deep into understanding what people want, how to find personas. And again, why I say it's scary to some is because this is the work that they used to do. Literally, this is the work they used to do. This is, I mean, you had whole administrative staffs that they did research. Now you got this AI thing that you can plug stuff in. And I use multiple ones every day. I'll use maybe 4 or 5 ones every single day. And I'll show you how I use them. So when we talk about using AI to find our persona or find specific marketing tactics, let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to go over into Bard right now. All right, let me grab Bard. Pull that over here real quick. Okay, can everybody see that? All right, let me see a show of hands if you can see that. Okay. Okay. All right. So everybody got it? They can see it. Okay, good. So now this is Bard by Google, free right now. Everybody's coming out with a paid tier. But the fact is, you can use them in all kinds of ways, right? And I'm going to show a live example of how I would find that I would find out specific things on my persona, right? But first, let me show you some things I've already done in here. Let me see what I do a lot of different things. For a class, I was talking about thrifting goods. Um, I was looking at maps of Michigan, you know what I mean, to find different customers, all that kind of stuff. All right, clarify lead status and context. So one of the other ones that I was doing recently is I says, hey, I asked Bard this question right here. See if it's still here. No, not that one. Uh, luminaries. All right, I answered a question about something it had coming up, and it didn't even know its own stuff, right? I says, hey, this is what's coming out. Google right now is trying to find a way to be like ChatGPT and DALL-E, right? The image generation portion. So they're coming out with this thing called Google's Luminary AI Video Generator. You type in stuff, it creates videos for you. And I'm going to show you some other stuff that is already available for that I've been creating all kinds of cool stuff. Now, let me show you this one right here, AI for content creation. Let me see what I was talking about. Go deeper, brainstorm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, here's one. So here's a question that I asked Bard. Now, again, Bard is just Google's version of OpenAI's ChatGPT, right? I says, master your content game, all right? Please build me an outline that show how people can use the AI to build out their content, right? You don't even have to spell right here. It'll pick it up and understand you. So then I said, okay, this is what came up with. It says, first thing it tells me to do is to briefly explain the growing role of AI in content creation. So it's really telling me how to produce this stuff. Now, get this, everybody. Some of this stuff is kind of generic. You go, I kind of know that. But every now and then you'll see a gem, and I'll show you how to get to those gems. So in this particular case, it tells you define your content goals. Some stuff you're going to be like, okay, Captain Obvious, I got it. I know what you're talking about. All right. Now, analyze and optimize your content with AI. That's what it's telling me. Then it gives me a conclusion, right? Then here's something that Bard does, and this is the power, is that it'll give you bonus tips, right? So in this case, it's giving me some bonus tips. It's saying provide specific examples of AI tools and platforms. Now that's a money-making opportunity. If you're an affiliate for different tools like I am, then it says, okay, cool. You show the example. You're an affiliate. People says, I want that example. Then that's an opportunity to put cash in your pockets, right? Share case studies. I did that today. Shared a case study of a business using first old school, and then we'll do one that's new school. So these are kind of things that you're getting an idea of AI and how it can help you enhance your research ability and enhance some of the things you're going to be doing. Now, you can see that you can extend this out into a variety of verticals, into a variety of things. Right now, I just said marketing because everybody loves marketing. But okay, this is what I said. I says, hey, AI, without calling you Captain Obvious, assume people know this part. And then I simply said, now watch how I'm typing in the prompts. It don't have to be no, you don't have to be no a prompt engineer to do this. You just got to talk to it. And I kid you not, just talk to it. It parses out what you're trying to say. Now, if once you get, very deep into how to prompt it to give you succinct answers and not just the generic stuff, that becomes a different deal. But I says, okay, dive deeper, go deeper for me. Now, mastering AI content creation beyond brainstorming, AI powered ideation. Now it's saying content is going deeper and telling me what to do. Concept curation, AI driven storytelling. Now we've heard that before, right? That in marketing, storytelling is king and queen. So it's saying craft this, but it's still just telling me what to do. I want it to do what it's telling me to do. So watch this. So refining your craft, style, da da da. So it's going down here, and I'm just looking at this. But these, if you notice, are giving you ways by which to present your particular content. Now imagine how many ways you can do this in different industries, whether you're in content creation or real estate or speech giving or whatever, book writing or whatever it is, right? It's giving you ways to then engage your audience. That's one of the key factors here. So this is what it's saying. It says, okay, I'm diving a little bit deeper. Now I could have continued to ask questions of it, but I had had enough, right? And then what I typically will do, everybody, is I'll then take this information and get this. Here's one of the cool things about what Google's trying to do. Google wants to keep you on their platform, right? And I'll show you some stuff if we get a chance to, that Microsoft and Copilot. Oh man, I mean they're coming out with some interesting things. Now remember, Microsoft gave OpenAI $10 billion to create stuff, but then create stuff for them. So now they're kind of piggybacking on each other. So when I hear Microsoft Copilot, I'm really saying, okay, that's like OpenAI 4.0, right? So I'm not going to pay them both $20 a month. But look what you can do. When it gets to, you can copy this, or you can go ahead and open up some Google tools. Now that's convenience. That's making it convenient for you. It says, I give you your answers. Now, what would you like to do with it? It's saying, would you like to go ahead and share it, export it to Docs, draft a Gmail? So you're seeing what's happening. It is compressing your time. Not, you don't have to do multiple steps now. And whereas OpenAI, you still have to kind of like get the information. You got to like, copy it all, and then you got to bring it out there and put it into something. I can literally take this over to Docs right now and export it. So watch this. I'm going to go ahead and export it to Docs. It will then says, hey, I've created a doc. Would you like me to open it? And I'm saying, well, yeah, because I want to see what's happening. It then opens up your doc for you because remember, this is Google Bard. This is their stuff. So then it just puts it all into a nice little poem for you. That becomes an opportunity, everybody, right? It becomes an opportunity not only from a marketing standpoint, but from a time-saving standpoint. So now in this particular case, we've used AI to compress time to give us information. Not a lot, not deep enough yet, but it gives us some. All right. Now let's jump out of Bard. You see that you can ask all kind of questions. They give you a little bit of a limit sometimes, right? And they give you this little disclaimer down here. Look at this. Bard may display inaccurate info, including about people. So double check. Yeah. Right. And that is true. Sometimes I says, is this true? And it'll say, oh, I'm sorry. It's not. I was wrong. Like, okay, yeah, you were. All right. So here's another thing. That's Bard. Now, what I want to show you next is I want to show you, let me bring Bard back over here. What I do is I'll take information from Bard. For example, let me show you this. I'll show you how I take information from one, put it in another. So you remember how it says we can copy this? So I say, okay, great. Let's copy that. Right? Actually, I don't know if it's going to work that way. So I may, instead of doing it that way, I may do like this, right? So I may grab all this information, right? Grab all that, Control C it. Then I'm going to go over here to ChatGPT, right? Watch this. I'm going to bring ChatGPT over here, right? This is the first, but not necessarily always the best. So I may then go, okay, ChatGPT, is this? So I'm going to say, ChatGPT, review this view this and tell me if it makes sense from a content creation standpoint. Right? Again, you don't even have to spell all the way correct. And then I'm just going to boom, control V. And you see what I did there? I just put it all in. See that? I put all the stuff in from Google Bar into here with a new question. All right. And then now I'm asking ChatGPT to tell me some stuff. Now, what I want you to see here is how we're using information that we're getting from different sources, and we're just supercharging it through ChatGPT and other GPTs, other AIs, okay? And what I got coming up is I'm going to show you how then we take that information and we create videos and all kind of other marketing material. Okay, so this is what I put in. So you see ChatGPT is doing this thing. You see it's writing in real time there. So it's giving me an opinion on what another AI is giving me information on. So we then are asking deeper questions. Sometimes I'll have it check it for accuracy and all these different things. That's just in the writing part of it. Now there's so many other areas. Times when I'm putting in code and all these different things and saying, okay, is this code correct? At least it's giving me some stuff, right? And at the end, it says, overall, the outline is well thought out and covers a broad range of AI applications in content creation. This is almost like an AI giving another AI a compliment, all right? With a few enhancements. Now watch this. This is where the power is. With a few enhancements, it can serve as a valuable guide for content creation. So it says, oh, with a few enhancements, what enhancements? Enhancements would you suggest? Now that's where it starts digging in, right? Now I got information. Then I'm asking it, do more. Right now, I'm going to show you something really, really cool that you can do while you have this stuff here. Right, look at this. It's giving me more stuff. So let's say you're creating courses. Let's say you're going out there and having conversations with people, writing emails, whatever it is. You then have this to help you think through things, and you can pick from them, right? So we're using our AIs in this case for marketing, but you see the broad range of what you could be using it for, right? So it's giving me by everything here is I says enhancements because it's suggested. With a few enhancements, it can serve as a valuable guide for content creators, blah, blah, blah. I says, what enhancements? And I says, okay, great. Now I'm going to say now using DALL-E, which is their image generator, generate an image that is not too busy that or which reflects. You see, I don't even worry about spelling it sometimes, right? Which reflects this theme, right? And I'm going to see if it's able to, based on what it's saying here, create something for me. So now I've used some of the images that like immediately in the different programs, right? And that becomes a great thing, right? So, okay, it says I'm going to create an image based on what I have here that reflects this themes, right? Or however I spell reflects. So it's going to create me an image. Okay. And you go, okay, what's going on here? Here's an image that reflecting the theme of tranquil and minimalist workplace with AI-powered tools for content creation. So imagine this now. Let's say we're doing some kind of marketing campaign that says, here is your workstation of the future, your steel case. And you say, hey, we make chairs like this. And then you can take this and then point to it, chair by steel case. Click here, right? QR codes. Here's where you get that kind of the new school AI powered monitors. You see what's happening? Is that it created a picture. Now we take that picture and then we then put extra stuff on it. We grab the picture, download it. We can't consider it ours. We can't copyright anything that's been created by AI, but we don't have to. Let's say that you're an affiliate for all of these new products and services coming out, right? Well, down to the pencil holders. You can say it's pencil holder over at Amazon. Click here. Right? Or this thing right here. And they go, what is that? That looks like some kind of newfangled calendar. Yeah, this is the electronic calendar. Here's where you can get it. So now what we're doing is using AI to check out on some other AI to give me an idea of, okay, what can I do with this? All right. So that's how we can use AI. Now I want to show you something next. And this is going to be a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy this a lot. Let me go ahead and take this over here. Now keep in mind, here's what is keeping us on track, right? This is what we're doing. New school marketing tactics, all right? How we're going to use AI to find different things using Bard. I kind of skipped this one. Live use of Bard, Perplexity, ChatGPT, Bing Copilot. Now, I want to share with you that Perplexity is a different kind of engine. I'm going to show you. Perplexity, I use it when I just want a fast answer, right? So let me go ahead and pull it up. Perplexity.ai if you're keeping notes over there. So what it does is I says, Perplexity, who is the number one YouTuber on the planet? Let's see what it comes up with. Oops, I need to spell planet right. All net. All right. So it's telling me, okay, because I'm a YouTuber too, right? So I go, well, I want to know that is this my competition? And I say, well, what about Mr. Beast? And it comes in, Mr. Best, sorry. Mr. Beast. So it kind of, you see how it picked it up? It knew what I was talking about. So what it does is it says, okay, this is who Mr. Beast is. It gives me some answers, but here's the power I like to use for Perplexity. Is it then will give me places where it found that information. Now, this is how you're double checking stuff. Is you're going in and you're finding out what it's asking you or what you're asking it, and then what it's giving you. Then it's saying, here are 30 most popular YouTube stars. You might want to know that, but you see, it's at Business Insider, right? It becomes the new opportunity for you to find stuff. And then you says, well, I didn't ever ask this question, but these might be related questions. Get this. If Google search is where they've made billions of dollars. I think of like 70 some billion, don't quote me, but $71 billion from Google search. AI is poised to disrupt that totally. But they're still trying to find a way to do search, but with an answer engine, which these are. So Perplexity to me is like an answer engine, but it also gives you a chance to go over and find that information. That's key. We want to know that because it becomes a marketing tactic for us. How we can use AI to dig in, to find things fast when we used to hire researchers and we would wait days until they gave us the stuff. Now we get it instantaneously because we may need to do a presentation or something like that. Now we check it, right? I like to say, is this info accurate? And then I'll say something like this, prove it. And then it gives me the sources. Look at this. The information provided is accurate. Da 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 da. It tells me where they got the information. And then it says, what is the source of information you're referring to? That's the power of using something. You got it fast. Now, imagine this. You're sitting in your room making millions, right? Because you're sitting there with all this power to find stuff, to create things, to then now create images, to then for you to go out and put marketing campaigns together. Now, I'm just using it in this particular context because a lot of people love marketing and they're on here talking, have been asking me a lot about marketing. How can I use it? All right, let's go back into the next one. This one right here, let me see if there's any questions out there. Any questions in the chat? Anybody got some? And I don't, let's see what YouTube is doing. People keep telling me, man, I can't figure it out. I've called them, right? I got stuff in, but it will definitely show up afterwards. People are telling me that they click on it, it don't show up. I don't go live. So it's probably some operator error, probably. Because I'm using, when I go through Zoom, it's one thing. So probably next week, I'm going to test just going direct into YouTube, right? And seeing if it allows people to be live and then to come on live that way. If I think this is why it's doing this is because I'm using what they call an encoder, right? Which is Zoom, and it's saying, well, for some reason, I can't go live if they're doing something, or whatever. Not gonna worry too much about it, right? You know, as an entrepreneur, we do what we got to do, right? We work it out. So here's one I want to show y'all. All right, so Loud Dots, in video, Opus Pro, System.io, Postpilot. These are some tactics that we can use our AI that has just given us tons of information to create stuff. First one I want to show y'all is something I created recently. This is Opus Pro, right? Now, this is one of my upcoming things, right? So I put in a video and I created the video. I should probably show you that first. Let me show you this one first. So I took this one. I'm gonna show you in video. So I took words. Now watch this, y'all. So if you get nothing, it's gonna be, you'll get this right here. You should like immediately invest in. So get this. Now it says, give me a topic and detailed instructions, and then it'll generate a video. Now, this is where we're going to use our information that we got from either Bard. Let's see if I got Bard. We got our information from Bard. Let's go over here. Remember, we got Bard, and Bard just gave us some stuff, some instructions, right? And I want to now create a video from that. So let's say if I took leverage inspiration. Let's say if I took just this information right here, right? Now watch this, y'all. So I'm just going to take that information there, move this out of the way real quick. I'm then going to go over to here, and it's saying, in video, it's saying, okay, just give me a topic and some detailed instructions, and I will create a video for it. Say, oh, that's fine. Here it is. All right. And then I'm going to say, you see what it's doing? It's saying you got 3,600 words that you can put in here. You've put in 1,500. Now I'm going to literally say, create a video. Come on. Are you kidding me? Create a video from these words. So let's say you have something that you want to present in a video format. Put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube, put it on wherever you're putting it on to drive traffic. All right. So generate video. I'm going to hit generate video. Bam. This is why I want to show you this one first. And once I show you this one now, this is how we're using AI to just condense all the work that I used to have to, either edit myself, figure out, use story blocks or iPhoto or iStock or whatever it is. You'd have to sit there, put all this stuff together yourself. And now we have this that'll do it in minutes. All right. Now, it's also, of course, integrating with ChatGPT because it's going to do a lot of asking questions back and forth, right? I just wanted to create me a video, and it already did. So depending on how much stuff it has here, it is then going to go about the work of doing that. But you may have to wait, I don't know, 20 minutes or something like that. But I'm cool with that because the stuff that came out of this, I got something in the chat. I'm going to go check it out in a sec. Look at it saying, it has told me my audience. Creators, digital marketers, AI enthusiasts. Boom. Just on a little bit now. Look and feel professional, inspiring, clean. I can decide, right? Or in this particular case, I can say, okay, I want this to be for content creators, AI enthusiasts. Let's say AI enthusiasts, right? Then it says, what look and feel? I want it to be inspiring. And then it says, what platform would you be interested in maybe putting this video on? LinkedIn. Now, y'all know you can eat just on LinkedIn for a long time. So let's say I said LinkedIn, right? And then it says, okay, cool, continue. Now it's creating a video. Let me see what I got in the chat. Okay, this website is called InVideo. INVI, see it right up here? And it's ai.invideo.io. Now, I want to share y'all with you. What happened? I got disconnected from looks like I got power. Okay, great. So get this. I used to use InVideo back in the day. All right, so for some reason it got disconnected. So get this. I used to use InVideo back in the day. They didn't have AI in front of their name. It was just invideo.io. and the videos weren't that great, right? Now, by utilizing and leveraging AI, they put AI in their front of their name, AI dot in video is saying we now, because we used to have to pick our own videos. We would say, and it would, the videos you see on YouTube, man, it's these, old people and this old music. But guess what? That stuff works. That's why people keep running them. But now with AI, they're going to be able to provide me that video itself. So you go to nvideo.io. And now here's what it's doing. It's saying, hey, we use Getty Images and we have to pay Getty Images all this money. So they're saying we're going to put and I'm just using a free version because I'm going back to them and I'm like, hey, look, I got some competition for you. I use another one called Pictory, but if InVideo is pretty good, I'll use that. So it's saying, okay, I got your video. And watch this, y'all. Let me go ahead and play it. Go ahead and perform for us. Oh. Oh, and get this. So give me a command to edit the video. So you can literally type in, I want this one out and then generate. I want that one out and then generate, right? So it says currently you're going to be previewing it in 480p. That's because I haven't upgraded. But y'all seeing what's happening here? So that quickly, I get a video done and it says yes. And I just put in words to prompt it. I use AI to get the words. So imagine this now, whatever field you're in, you're putting in specific words based on your field. You then have another AI generate the video, short video for you. Because remember, I only used 1,500 of 3,600 possible words. All right, let's see what happens here. I can export the video. I was trying to preview it real quick, but it seems to be going slow. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. So the point is, and I'll show you something that I have. Let's see if it's gonna give me anything here. Because sometimes it just goes slow. All right. 480p, I can change all that by upgrading and all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not an affiliate for these, but I will be soon because I just love doing this stuff, right? So in this particular case, it's creating the video still probably taking some time. It then will generate it, but here's the next part of this power. So y'all know TikTok was blowing up. And I'm getting a little lag right now because I've got all of these tabs open and I got something that's generating, so it's taking up power on my computer. Okay, I'm just checking out I'm gonna take a little drink of coffee. Look at this. Another old school tactic. If you notice, what I got in the back, my screen is saying, hey, I'm working hard for you, so buy me a coffee. I talk to everybody that I talk to, I says, hey, listen, if this has been worth it for you, and this is sometimes when I'm giving away stuff, then buy me a coffee. Okay, it's generating, so I'm gonna come off this because it's pulling a lot of power. Let me see if I can close some stuff down. Oh, I love this part. It says you can remove the watermark doing export. You say, I want this removed. It says pay us. But we use that now as a tactic. We use that as a way to find out what we should be doing. Got it? So you give a little bit of something, and then when people want more, you says, well, pay me for that. So I'm gonna close down some tabs, everybody, so I can stop using up so much power. And it's doing its thing right now. And that takes a lot of compute power sometimes. So if you got an old computer, you're gonna be in trouble. Try to get a reasonably new one that's got a little room. Okay, so anyway, I can then export this video. And once I export that video, then what happens is that it goes over and it still leaves on its little watermarks and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, there's tools you can use to get rid of watermarks, or you could just pay and get it, right? It's like $20 a month or something like that. But something like that. So I can create a new one or I can leave that one up, right? So I want to go and show you this other one before we Out of here. Okay, double check. I think I might have closed it. Oh, before I go on though, y'all seeing it? Because you know, if you've seen some of my other videos, you know I get going and it's a wrap. So now what we've been able to see here is some of the new school tactics, some stuff that you may or may not have ever heard of, right? In video, Opus Pro, right? The next one I'm going to show you is Opus Pro. And okay, Opus Pro is cheap and good. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see if I got if it's still up for me. Sign in. I had it up, but I think I closed it out. Stay. Now, remember, we had that one video. Invite to class. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So it's saying, hey, look, I'm on a free trial for this one. So I can take that one video, y'all, that I had done over here in this one, and then I can cut it up into pieces. And look what it does. What I want to show y'all. So it's saying, okay, great. It's even telling us it's using AI too. It's saying, hey, this video starts off with an attention grabbing hook. So this is what it did. Watch this.
And now we are in a position to now put that all that stuff that we've learned into action. Key thing, we've got to put it into action. It's time to turn those ideas and plans into action and income. Ideas and plans to action and income. Because everything else just doesn't matter, right? We can be.
So if you notice what it did is it took 42 minutes of a longer video. Video was only, it wasn't that long, but it took 42 minutes and pulled clips from it all on its own. Right? So yeah, you're seeing what's happening. We use our bar to create kind of an outline. We can fill in the outline ourselves or have the bards or ChatGPTs fill it in for us. We then put that information into a video maker. We pop up a YouTube channel. Now, this is stuff that I go to in depth in my own courses, right? My Monetize Your Life Academy is I go into the hows and the accountabilities of that, right? Making sure that you do it right and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm showing you here should give you at least enough aha moments where if you want to dive in, you call your boy up and says, hey, look, man, help me dive into this. Or you want me to talk to some people and says, well, this is how we're going to do it. And if you know how I get down, I says, look, pull out the notepads and pull out the laptops. Let's do it today. None of that. Go home with a whole bunch of information. And this is what this particular call out is. This is a call out to a class that I'm doing. I'm coming up that I'm saying action is nothing or information is nothing. Action is everything. So I'm saying take your ideas and let's turn them into plans and then action into get it into income. So I use something like this, everybody. Here's the marketing part. I'll take this clip, throw it on YouTube, run an ad to it. It's got enough power behind it because they're saying I got an 87 score. Oh, that's good, right? Any school I went to, that still passes you. And then it gives you also, get this, it gives you a transcript. Come on now. If you book writers out there like me, if you're a book writer like me, you should never be typing again. Your fingers are just going to atrophy. You should be saying it, recording it, having an AI transcribe it, book done. You can be done with a book. Don't start tripping every week. How do I know? Done it. Book a week. You know how much you talk in a week? Unless you're just a quiet person. But if you talk a lot and you put some structure to that, because you can now have AI to build bomb outlines for you, come on. And even if you don't have them write it because of plagiarism and all that kind of stuff, you then say, I just need the outline. I got it here. And you put in your industry knowledge, dust off them books that you had in class and stuff like that. Right? So look at this. This is the next one. It's saying this is an 84 score. And it takes another clip.
Is you're not doing what you're capable of, what is expected of you,
everybody getting that,
and what you know you
have
the ability to do. You've got all the tools.
I used to have to do all this myself. Get in there and put
all the
my own
knowledge,
fancy captions in there.
life experiences, right? Now, a couple of tools later, couple of things later, a mic here, a light there. Now you are ready to go out there and stake your claim.
Now you see what's happening. I'm just doing a overall 1 minute. I think it was 1 minute and 29 seconds. I know for a fact because I use Canva also to do something, and they don't like anything over 90 minutes or 90 seconds. So I says, well, shoot, I could use Opus Pro and get better results because I can get these little what they call fancy captions so people can read at the same time and it tracks people's eyes. I can get transcription so I can re-put this in and says, hey, what am I missing from this? And have ChatGPT tell me where am I missing stuff, right? And then look at this one. The third one says this is a 78 score because I don't know, maybe they don't know what I'm talking about. And then it says, but based on what you're saying, we think that this is a 78 out of 100 based on what you're saying. Watch this.
Then do what Kevin Kelly talked about. He said, hey, all you need is 1,000 true fans. Now let's think about that for a minute. 1,000 true fans. In other words, people that will buy from you. 1,000 true fans times $100 a year. Think about this now. $100. I didn't say $1,000. $100 a year from those 1,000 true fans. That'll equal yourself $100,000 payroll.
Okay, look at that. Now, this is where I want to show you where the power is. I'm talking about Kevin Kelly. This is an actual thing. I'm talking about something, a real thing, but then I would use that to introduce people to a email marketing campaign that I have coming up or class. So I says, okay, here's the 33-second commercial, fancy captions and all. And I don't know if y'all see in the background some extra stuff that I did. And I says, and I usually will have something up on my board until people start complaining, saying, man, stuff on your board is too distracting. Please just get rid of it. And they shamed me into getting rid of all my stuff on the board. But that used to work like magic because people are nosy. They will go to www.randyocourses.com. That's another marketing tactic from doing a video. Okay. You do the math on what you save. So again, I'm going to go back full circle. Depending on where you are, you're either scared or you're inspired. I'm inspired because I look at the money I can save by not having to either send it overseas or stateside. I'm inspired because I can also give this to my assistant and says, now there you go. You got tools that we could just crank out like crazy. You sit in a room and think up stuff. You give it to your assistant who has tools now. Bam, same concept. Save money, spend a little money by, having that assistant or whatever. And you can create massively for yourself, your family, and everybody else. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking, I got a message here. Yeah, inspired. Yeah, LO, I get you. It's inspired. You should be inspired. And my point becomes, and this is why I've been doing these things. I'm standing on milk crates, right? Saying, look, don't pay me. Now, for the replays, I'm going to charge $9 to $19 because I do have to eat, right? But if you come in live, that way we get a chance to show you live. So anybody that's not here, hey, that's your thing. But I'll replay it and then I'll have an entry fee, but I'll have obviously more stuff. But this right here is gold, y'all. This right here should inspire you to literally sit in your room after you go to your job, go to the job to pay for your software. Let's say for $100, you got 5 software that's $20 each. You got Bard, you got ChatGPT, I paid a $20 one. And now you can sit there and crank out stuff like crazy. Books, all that stuff that's in you right now, throw it in there, get an outline for what's in you, and let it tell you how to structure it. You then take that outline and you get get a little something like this. I use these little things right here, right? Get these right there over at can't get them at Sam's Club. I get them online, right? I get this little thing online. I then record it. I then stick it in. If you know, can you see this? All right. I then it's right. All right. I put that into my computer and it pulls what I just recorded where I'm walking or you're in your car, you're sitting at a light. Come on now. Based on the outline that one of your GPTs got you, all you do is based on the outline. Next, pulling in your experiences, pulling in your life stuff, pulling in things that happened that day, case studies, somebody you help. And then now you go and download that stuff into here. You bring it over here and says, hey, this is what I talked about today. Make me a video. Come on. Are you kidding me right now? For how much? Pennies, pennies, pennies. And this is just, I'm just using the marketing part of this. I was literally reading this today. This thing says AI in real estate. Embrace it or be, look what they did. Embrace it, it says, or embrace for impact. And then it's got, let's see, I can't see that because I got that background up there. Or embrace for impact, right? Okay. And it got a little fist. I shouldn't use a black fist, but hey. But and then in there, it's talking all about how to use it in real estate, how to use AI in other areas. That's our job now, is to figure out how to do that, to create content around it. I'm here to help you if you want, right? You can literally go over to www.getmyguides.com, getmyguides.com, plug in the information, and then I send out other things that I've done in this area and guides and all kinds of stuff. That's your call out, right? That's your call to action. Or you can buy me a coffee if this has been good for you, right? That's always good. But you're seeing what's happening here. Let's go back to our original, what we're going to cover today, because I want to close things up. If I had time, if this were a longer and I had more people in, I would do live case studies. I would say, okay, let's take your business now. And typically when I do this for larger audiences, I literally do live case studies. And when people see how to use this stuff, changes everything. It literally changes everything for them. Because then they go, okay, I can now use AI. Yes. And I'll say, plug this in, type these words in, and they go, oh man, this is for real. All right. So this is obviously Get My Guides. And I was going to do some live stuff because I actually use this builder for my landing pages and stuff like that, and for my websites and stuff. So let me go ahead and save changes to this. So this is actually live. So I could literally come from having learned, watch this, having learned something from AI. And I've got this framework called Learn, Create, Get Paid, right? So the learn part, I went and learned something. Like right now, I'm teaching you all something, showing you some stuff in the training. Create, then I can go to my page builder here and start creating. So let's say I got a cover, what I learned in AI class, whatever, right? Then I can go over here and start plugging stuff in. Watch this. I'm going to literally do this live. Then I can pull a video in, boom, right? Pull an image in, bam, right? Yeah, I know I'm using boom and bam, like Batman and Robin. You seeing it? You seeing it? So now you quickly learn something, go and make your videos, bring your videos in, right? So I can now bring my videos in. I can then do something like this as well. Okay, I gave you that. So now what would you like to do after that? I can bring my call to action in, bam, by saying, hey, click here if you want to know more information. This is why we should be sitting in a room making millions, this right here. Because now we have the ability to get all the information we need fast, cheaply. We sit our butts down, create like crazy, books, articles, audios, right? So let's say I want to do an audio. It says, here's a picture, and I want to put an audio in here because I speak better than I do anything else. So then I may say, okay, great. Let's put an audio under that so it explains what I'm doing in the picture or whatever. Seeing it, and like I say, I'm doing this live. I'm gonna keep track of this because okay, I see this. So I'm doing this live. It says I need to do something different. So I want to open a URL, right? There we go. Right. Okay, good. So now, what's next? This is what I want to show y'all, right? I got nothing to sell. I'm like Alice Hormozy. I got nothing to sell. I just want to tell. You do the rest. You need me to go deeper into this stuff for you? That's when you call me. But I've given you an opportunity to kind of go play with it yourself. You've seen how it works. right? And then in this stage here, you got the create stage. And then now the get paid part, learn, create, get paid. That's where we build something like this. We put it out there for people to see and decide what they want to do next. Right? You got an upcoming book, and I know Jamel's got an upcoming book. You got an upcoming book? Okay, great. Let's get some people in here that can't wait. That maybe even says, I'll prepay you for it. Because some people say, I'm not building nothing until I get money. Okay, well, let's see if we can get some prepaid stuff in. That'll make you go. So we build something like this, get it out there. You got good information. Now, I haven't even gone over everything that I could go over. I haven't even shown y'all this one. Oh, man. See, now I'm trying to get excited. Y'all gotta excuse me. I start tripping, man. You know, yeah, I'm still here. So I say something like this. I got a PDF that I can put into this kind of format, right? Open it up. Watch this. This is from a PDF that I did years ago.
I get in here and says, hey, everybody, we're going to be talking about 25 ways to monetize your podcast
Y'all hear that?
and your interview. So if you go on a podcast and you're doing an interview, I want you to be able to take.
Now I'm using another, this ain't an AI, but I'm using another thing to then build these out. Watch this. I then can put that, whatever I talked about, in a PDF format, and then I can share it with people. I can put in this case, I'm using this thing called louddoc.com. Then I'm putting a PDF in, and then I'm voicing over the PDF because I can do that over and record. But then I also have this I can send to people. So this is what we're going to be talking about. Boom.
In here, I was like, oh,
and I'm talking on each page.
So I'm creating a web page around it. And
y'all seeing it? So remember I talked about sitting in a room making money? Why wouldn't we be doing this? Our downtime should be this, not TV. I'm just saying. So next time my wife sees me watching TV, you got full permission, says, shouldn't you be in there creating? But now something this simple. We have now our PDF that we can send out to people. We get a link here. Remember, we get the big old long link that they give us. Look at this right here, loud.time/25 ways to monetize podcast, blah, blah, blah. We put that into a bit.ly link. Remember bit.ly links. I'm bringing it back full circle so we can close up. Put that in a bit.ly link, send it out. People open it up. It keeps a track of who opened it up, not their emails or nothing like that, but it keeps a track showing you this many people opened up. So bit.ly shows you, and LoudDoc will too. You can decide if you want to get them in to do more stuff by doing links in here. So affiliate marketing, I may link out to an affiliate marketing place and make money. I may link out to some listing. If you are a realtor, you link out to the property. You're talking about something, link out to the property in this doc itself. Now you see what I'm doing? I added a couple things based on what we were talking about here. Right? I want to show unheard of tactics, LoudDoc. I want to show you in video. I want to show you Opus Pro. I just showed you System.io, and then Post-Pilot. We're not going to go there because that's where if somebody comes to your webpage, y'all, and they do what they call IP marketing. They know where people came from, the IP address of where they came from, and they send out a post mailing. So, okay, wait. I brought people to my website. Yes, they didn't buy, but then they get a postcard because I'm sending it through Post-Pilot. Yes. That's the point. You seeing it? That's what I want to show you. I'm going to wrap up. That's it. These are things that we can break out in multiple ways. These are things that we can do when we're talking to how to extend the business, how to dig in and make more money. It's these kind of tactics. People ain't doing that. They just, get all the fancy stuff. Oh, let's just go AI. Let's do some of these tactics. How do we produce our videos? And I think a couple of you know that. That's why I don't believe in having a whole bunch of people on stuff. I can use some AI to do that and reduce that cost. I'll have to pay $500 a month for some social media marketer. I'm just saying. I don't have to do that because I can spend, $30 a month and build a digital marketing empire. And that's what we should be doing. That's what I want to share with you. Anybody got questions? I'll go ahead and take a couple of questions. Otherwise, I'm going to close up because it has been, quite a while. It's been an hour and a half. Okay, so somebody had to hop off, but you make sense using Zoom more effectively. We're using Zoom more effectively. Yeah, yep. Zoom is one way we can do this stuff. But these aren't impossible things. These are just small things that we think about, or we find somebody that knows how to do this and walk us through it. And I'm going to invite you to go over to Get My Guides, www.getmyguides.com. Plug in your information. I'm still building it out, but it'll still take your information. And then I'll get you how I do this stuff. I'll get you some of the guides that I use. I'll get you these links. So that part's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now, but just know that this is what we have here. This is our opportunities, y'all. Let's see what we got. All right, good, good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop now. And if you need me, holler at me. Talk soon.